The Starside Prophecy by Sarah Tirri. Read by the author. Chapter 54. The Terrace. When the mob of people suddenly appeared on Thaddeus and Lorena's terrace, their cat leapt up, disgusted that his peace had been disturbed. Their rash transportation had been unexpected, but it felt no different really from the few times that Lorena had relocated. Lorena had enjoyed stargazing, but the whole bizarre experience had been nerve-wracking, and she was delighted to be back to the familiar. She laughed as she recalled the events of the last hour. Thaddeus was smiling at her side. "Are you okay?" Thaddeus still had hold of Lorena's hand. "That was a lot to take in your first time amongst these people." "Yeah, I'm okay. I feel like I've been away on a long trip, and now I'm on my way home at last." Thaddeus frowned because he did not have a clue what his girlfriend was talking about, and just as he was about to ask, Lorena pointed up to the night sky again. It hadn't taken her long to find the star she was searching for. "You see that star right there, Thad? It has a pulse to it. See?" For Lorena, the star's rhythmic pulsating was as obvious as it had been in the observatory, and the same deep sense of awe still consumed her. For Thaddeus, the star looked like just all the other millions surrounding it. He had no idea about the depth or the implication of his girlfriend's experience, but he loved her sense of wonder, and the fact that the night sky enamoured her was so indicative of her pure and innocent essence. Thaddeus brought Lorena's hand to his lips. The night was indeed beautiful. "Yes, my love, I see it." The rest of the hierarchy standing on the terrace acted as if this was just another evening in paradise. As they waited for the arrival of the comet, music could be heard coming from the living room. Alusha had manifested an elaborate buffet set on an ornately decorated table in the middle of the terrace. The food and wine selection was catered to the taste of everyone gathered. Italian for Salvatore and Arabic for Cain, and both men were soon feasting on the canopies and had picked up their conversation where they had left off. Gwendolen and Justinian were more interested in each other than food. A grand piano had appeared in the corner of the living room, and a young man named Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart sat at the keys playing Alusha's favourite concerto. He had given her permission years ago to use him whenever she felt the need to hear his music. Alusha blew him a kiss, and then began to remove the metal film from the champagne bottle. Then Alusha gasped. Someone was standing behind her, covering her eyes with their hands. Alusha quickly recognised her boyfriend's scent and turned around laughing, her eyes brimming with tears. She had thought it might be months. Yanni had a big grin on his face and was holding a bunch of white roses in his arms. Salvatore looked on and smiled, satisfied that his bouquet had been far more extravagant. He had not yet noticed the enormous diamond ring Yanni had embedded in the centre of the largest bloom. Yanni's mission had been simple, a quick trip to an up-and-coming creature planet to restore a geological imbalance. Yanni was now dressed in a charcoal grey tux with a white cummerbund. He kissed Alusha on the lips and placed the flowers on the chaise. "Lou, my beautiful angel, would you care to dance?" Cain picked up a skewer of marinated vegetables, while Salvatore opted for a slice of bruschetta. Salvatore listened approvingly as Cain told him of his meeting with the rabbi and how Alusha had agreed to take what Cain had recently termed the new gospel into the dream time of those souls thirsty for the truth. "I'm surprised such an adolescent concept of good and evil has survived as long as it had," said Salvatore. "I'm not," said Cain. "No, but then very little surprises you. It's part of your gift, Cain. Anyway, Sarah looked well, don't you think? Her energy is nice and feisty, and she hasn't lost her sense of humour." "There's still time for that," responded Cain. "Oh." Salvatore threw his plate over the edge of the terrace, and as it disappeared into thin air, he wiped his mouth on a napkin. "And what does that mean?" "It has been deemed that more anti-force is necessary for Sarah to learn what she must." "Really? Deemed by whom?" asked Salvatore stiffly. "The boss," replied Cain. Did Alusha agree? Alusha doesn't know.